Hey up, welcome back to the Man Cave Workshop, and thank you so much for joining me again. Okay, carrying on with this Roberts R505. There's already been a video on it. If you've not seen that, go take a look at it and then you'll know where we're up to. Okay, there's been had a couple of comments off people, and one was from a chap called Cody's. Got an excellent channel. If you get a chance, go and have a look at his. And he noticed that I was on the capacitors, and he was saying that C38, C40 and C42 are the main culprits. First one we're going to look at is, when I refer to the internet, there's a chap on there on a forum. I suppose I'm okay saying his first name. He's on this forum. He's called David, and he reckoned that the C40 was the main one. And Cody's quite rightly saying that these two guys as well, which are 470s, can join this group of culprits. So we're going to have a look at these. The other thing is, Radio Cruncher Graham got in touch, and he's shared with me a bit of information that's worth checking out. Whereas it's a volt reading. You guys, you should bear with me. I am learning my way through this stuff still. I am no expert whatsoever, as it probably shows. Now, what it says on this data that he's given me is that if I connect a voltmeter to the positive side of C40, which is the 680 cap, and the negative side of a voltmeter to chassis, put the volume on minimum, and we should be reading around, well, it says 3.9 volts, or 4 volts basically. So I'm going to give that a test. I'm also going to give this this switch a clean. It might be the obvious thing that the switch is dirty and causing problems as well, so let's get that out of the way first. Just drop everything off the shelf. Let's give this, make sure there's no power on now. Let's give this switch bank a good clean here. Can't do any harm that, can it, giving that a clean? Probably should have done that straight away at the beginning, to be honest. Let's give the bench a wipe. Right, okay, so let's give this this voltage test a go. So it says, let's set this onto the right range, which is DC. Positive to the positive side of C40, which is that one. It's a bit cold in here today. You can probably hear the heater on in the background, so a bit shivering with a cold. And let's get negative to the chassis, like this information said. Give it 9 volts going in. Volume on minimum. Are we on there? Everything got connected right? Possibly. Right, let's switch it on. Now, according to the data, that should read nearly 4 volts, and as you can see, oh, let me turn this light off, it's reflecting, isn't it? As you can see, we've got 2.6, 2.7. It's going up, isn't it? Let's give it a chance, because it is cold in here. Let the whole set warm up. It's creeping up slowly, but it should be, according to this data I've been sent, it should be more like, well, 3.9. There is an adjustment you can make to change this, but for now I think what we'll do, is it settling down? Yeah, it's settling down about 2.7, so that's low, isn't it? I think what we'll do is get this capacitor out and have a look at it. So what I'm going to do now is heat up the desoldering gun. Is it better with this light? Oh no, off. I still can't make out. Perhaps on for desoldering. We'll get the desoldering gun on and get that cap out and have a look at it. Just before I do that, what I want to do, and I have done this, sorry, these leads are connected to that bodged in speaker, and I wanted to see, the set wants a 4 ohm speaker, so I've actually tested this speaker that's in there, You'll see in a minute on the meter. Let's just connect these up. And it's I think it's an 8 ohm speaker, isn't it? 9. I think going up on ohms isn't as bad as dropping down, so it'll do for now. It should have had a roller 4 ohm speaker in it, an oval one, but obviously that's long gone. Right, let's get this this cap out anyway. Right, we've got the desoldering gun heated up now. Again, a big thank you to Chris at All the Gear. No idea, he donated this desoldering gun to the channel last year, and it's become invaluable, to be honest. It makes life a lot easier. Now again, I've got the camera in the way, so let's see if we can lift all the traces. Let's get it on stage. Like I say, it's freezing in here. You can see I'm dithering. It just makes really short work and a neat job of desoldering. There's the other end of that cap. It's around about there. Oh, we've got it, haven't we? We've got it on this sheet here. Instead of guessing where the end is, we've got a diagram of it. Let's use that. So the sheet says the end of it's there. And it's got a little plus sign on it as well, so yeah, we were right, it's there. It's, like I say, it's handy, that sheet. Right, let's see if we can pull this cap out. One end's good. I'm all fingers and thumbs with this because the camera's right in my way. I might move it back actually so I can get at this better. Okay, let me get that cap out and then we'll have a look at it. I'm going to have to move the camera out of the way, it's just in my way. So there we go, the cap's out. Let's move you in a bit closer so you can see. Even though I know what positive and negative is, I do like to put a tiny black dot on these unlabelled boards, just so when I put the new cap in, we don't get it back to front, because we all know what happens then. I'm going to use this, I've not used this test machine for a while, quite like it. Let's see what it makes of this cap. So it should be, it's reading 680. Kind of hoping that it is bad, this cap, and once we changed it, a lot of the problems will go away. Let's see, it's having a think. It knows it's a Seeker cap, so 893, 680. ESR 0.66. Let's put a new one on and see what this machine makes of that. I was kind of hoping that would be just a dead short, but it has gone quite high, hasn't it? Okay, let's see what it makes of this cap. I forgot what it was now. Was it 800 and something, this one? 675.44 ESR ohms. Whatever these numbers mean. What I do like what Roberts have done with these, they've actually done the legs really neat at right angles throughout all the caps on this radio. So let's put this one in and see if that improves the radio at all. So I'm just bending the legs with the value of the cap facing up for the next monkey that comes in here eventually. Try to get it about the same size as this one. I usually get this all wrong. I'm just doing these right angles like Roberts had that other one. Looks neat enough. Alright, let's put it in backwards. No, let's not. Over clean. Oh, see, this is a Vichy cap, and the legs, they're always wider on these. I don't know if I've cleaned up that board enough. No, I haven't. I've not cleaned it up enough, so I'm going to clean this up, get this cap in. Don't worry, I'm not going to film every single cap being done, just this one. Okay, I've got the magnifying glass out here for you to have a look at. I'm just about to solder this Vichy cap in. The legs are here. I'm only doing this because you saw how quick I was with the desoldering gun, and this trace is okay, and this one's okay, but it has, just on the edge, I've noticed it's starting to lift very slightly, so that's telling me now to be, some of these boards you start working on, some are more sensitive than others, and that's telling me that I'm going to have to be ultra careful with all the solder joints now, because these traces are really delicate on this particular board. So let's get this cap soldered in, and then we can do some testing. Again, I'm going to try and spend as little time as I can on the board, because these, like I say, these traces look very delicate, really delicate on this board. So again, soldering, heat up the work, and then add the solder. I'm actually doing this as this soldering iron is warming up, because I didn't want it just to lift them traces as soon as it touched them, basically. Very wary of this board now, them traces are going to come off easy. Right, let's snip the excess legs off, and they're good to keep, the excess legs, in case you have to do any bridging. Let's get the magnifier out of the way. So there it is. I got it wrong actually. The value, I bent the legs the wrong way, so it points down, but it's in there nice and neat. Oh, is it a bit dry? So you can't see what I'm seeing. Oh no, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. No, it ain't, is it? We got a bit of wobbling on this trace of this side. So I'll just go over that again, just reflow that again. Said I don't want to spend much time on these traces, because they are ultra delicate on this board. Am I on the right one? Yeah. So we nearly ended up with a bit of a dry joint there. That would have been no good. Set won't like that. Not sure why it doesn't really want to take well. It's putting up a bit of a struggle. That's better. That's much better. Right, okay, let me pause again and we'll get some power on it, see what difference that's made. Right, okay, so we changed that 680, and let's see what happens. Right, immediately the DC power supply unit you saw in the last video is still showing a short. So that's with volume on nothing. We still haven't got the voltage that we should have on this cap. Let's turn the radio up. See
people who have been diagnosed with end-stage liver failure, who haven't been offered any treatment or any support or any palliative care. People who have been told that they're so sick that if they were to fall out of bed.
And see, the radio's working. Right, let's get this. Right, so that one was not at fault, so let's put a cross on that one and work our way through these others. There's only 3 others here. What I'll do them one by one. I'll do this guy next, which is C38. It's a 470 UF. Oh no, it's not supposed to be UF. It's microfards, picofards, whatever. I call it UF because that's what it says on the caps. Yeah, I'll change this one next, do the test again, and I'll just keep changing them. If things improve on changing one of these next 3, I'll hit record and show. I actually couldn't resist filming this because I've just pulled out C38, which is a 470. It lives underneath the ferrite rod there, and I've just put it on the tester, so this should read 470. And it's reading 736.4. So that's gone a little bit high, hasn't it? Let's get the new one in. Okay, that's the main culprits I was advised to change. These 4 electrolytics. And they were all out of spec, some quite high. And I think them adding up together were obviously causing a problem in the set. I mean, now it's got power to it, and the short light isn't on. It's not quite right yet. If I put some volume on it,
and I suddenly stopped and said, "Toggy, let's ask Rafe to do it." And you know, Rafe
I think that should be around 2.
In the James Bond
looking at other
films,
sets, but
and,
it has got better, and that short light has disappeared. So we're obviously making progress. I wanted to do this rather than just to shotgun the lot. I was hoping that I'd find one that was really, really out. But I think it's just adding up the outer spec of each one, all added together, were causing the problems, like I say. Well, this video is getting on a little bit now. What I'll do, I'll carry on and I'll change these smaller guys now. And hopefully, fingers crossed, that should cure it. While I'm thanking people, these tools were sent to me by Andrew Ausra, and these come in really, really handy as well. So yeah, thanks a lot for them, Andrew. So I think we'll leave this video here for now. Change the rest of these caps and see what happens from then. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you join the next one. Be good to each other. Catch you.